Hi everyone, welcome to Pass AMC. My name is Amrit or Amrit or Amrit. Well, these are different ways of how my name's pronounced. In India, it's called Amrit. In Uganda, where I'm from, it's called Amrit. And my mom would call me Amrita. Okay, jokes apart. Welcome to Pass AMC. My name's Amrit, and this channel is a fruit of my own journey into becoming an Australian medical doctor. Passing the AMC exams is 50% of the battle, and getting a job and starting work as a doctor is 50% of the battle. I'm very passionate in teaching, and I have done a lot of sessions, courses, and videos on how to pass the AMC exams. However, today I would like to talk about the other 50% of the battle, which is getting a job in Australia and joining the medical workforce. Let me start with telling you a few basic things on the standard pathway. So, to enter the medical system as a foreign doctor or international medical graduate, IMG as they call it, it is important to first become an AMC candidate. And first thing, of course, it's important to pass the first exam, which is the AMC MCQ, the multiple choice question exam. Once you pass the AMC MCQ, you are then qualified for AMC clinical exam. As you can see in the photograph here, the flow chart of AMC. So after passing the AMC clinical exam, one can get an AMC certificate, which basically means that a person has satisfied the requirements of the Australian Medical Council, has successfully passed its examinations, and has been awarded a certificate number. This certificate is very powerful certificate, especially for IMGs. After obtaining it, it's your this is the actual thing that you need in order to get a job. Having an AMC certificate will drastically improve your chances of getting a job. You can start applying for jobs, and if you secure a job, then we need to proceed to the next step, which is APRA. APRA is Australian Health Practitioner Regulation Agency. APRA helps to give you certification of registration under the Medical Board of Australia. Your documents from AMC and your documents from the hospital that you have applied to, the job description and the role that you have been chosen for, the level of supervision that the job requires, along with your past education documents like your medical degree, your English language exams, your police verifications, your CPD activities that you've recently done. All of that and much, much more is assessed by APRA. This process in itself can take 6 to 12 weeks. You cannot officially work until this is done. Getting your APRA registration is a challenge in its own self. I will not go into details of that, but just to explain the process, I wanted to bring this up. So that's APRA for you in a nutshell. So questions many doctors ask me is, can we get a job after passing the AMC MCQ exam? The answer is yes, you can. I personally know many doctors who've done that. I have helped many doctors in preparing for interviews after passing AMC MCQ. The jobs are usually in areas of need like the rural areas and hospitals that are extremely short-staffed and desperately needing doctors. And especially for doctors who've had years of experience, they can be ideal candidates for successfully getting these kind of jobs only with AMC MCQ. Getting a job after MCQ is possible. However, it would still need you to finish your AMC clinical exam at some stage. Or the other alternative is for you to enroll in a workplace-based assessment in order to get your AMC certificate. There's not a lot of hospitals that do workplace-based assessment, and also getting accepted in that kind of a job is difficult. So I would not be going into details of workplace based assessment as it's not a very common thing. The other question people ask is, can we register with APRA with Part 1? So the answer is, guys, APRA is a body that gives medical registration in order to practice. This step is only done after you secure a job. The employer needs to provide documents that are then, like a part of your application. So you need information on who's your supervisor while you're working, and without that kind of information you cannot have registration. So most people start with getting a job, and then the next step would be to go with APRA in order to get your registration. So when you start with APRA, you usually start with a provisional registration with APRA, and that means that they will be assessing your documents and understanding what level of supervision you need, and they will assign that to your registration type. So let's say your documents have been assessed and they've given you provisional registration with level 2 supervision. So the workplace needs to make sure that that kind of supervision is available, and that's something that's entirely dependent on the officers at APRA and what they think of you as an applicant. So, like I said, most people start with provisional registration with APRA, and that means they will be supervised during their work. The level of supervision APRA gives depends on the candidate, the amount of pre existing experience they have, and the recency of practice. Provisional registration can be converted into a full registration provided you meet the requirements that APRA has. So usually this would be something like supervised practice based on rotations that make up a total of 47 weeks full-time employment. And the rotations should ideally have medicine for 10 weeks, surgery for 10 weeks, and emergency for 8 weeks, and a range of other possible rotations to make a total of 47 weeks. Sometimes some doctors just work in emergency for 47 weeks and they still qualify for general registration. So it all depends from hospital to hospital and on the supervisor and what they're willing to sign off. So, long story short, keep in mind you are eligible to apply for jobs and also apply with APRA for registration after passing the AMC MCQ exam. Please keep in mind that there are no shortcuts to the AMC exams. Let's say you've passed your AMC MCQ and get a job. Do you have to do the clinical exam? The answer is yes, you do. And also keep in mind, hospitals usually don't easily give jobs to IMGs without having passed both exams. I don't mean to demotivate you, but that's the reality. And passing the clinical exam is something that's needed unless you're one of those lucky people who get into workplace based assessment. Everyone's situation is different. It's an individual journey, and there's no harm in applying for jobs with just AMC MCQ alone. Many people have done that, and you can do it too. All right, so this was a little introduction on the standard pathway, and my next video will be on the other 50% battle of getting a job and how to secure a job, what are the things you need to do. Stay tuned, and please like, share, and leave some of your comments on what you think of this, if you found this useful, if you want me to make more of such videos, and please be honest with your feedback. I hope this was fun and informative. Alrighty, see you. Thank you. Bye.